Okay, so I met yesterday these two lovely ladies at Charlotte Airport, and they were discussing watercolor. I think one of them is a professor of watercolor or teacher, and the other lady was I guess one of her pupils. Anyway, so I heard them describing that they would love how to, or one of them was describing, I'd love to, learn how to let the paint drip over the canvas. And so I stopped and I said, excuse me, I can't help overhearing. Hope you don't think I'm rude. I have a YouTube channel and I have acrylic pouring and resin and all kinds of things. So today, this video is for them. And I don't know their names, although one lady gave me her card, which is in my purse. So this is for them. This is going to be a beginner's guide to an acrylic dirty pour. So I have my white already mixed up. I'm going to do this on a wood panel because I think I'm going to resin this when it's finished. I have taped the backs and I'm just going to stand it on there. I'm going to cover the whole panel in white paint, and I think I'm going to use my lollipop stick to just smooth it around. And for beginners, a good thing to remember, I mean, if you've been painting in other paints, you'll know this. Paint kind of follows paint. So if I were to just do a dirty pour in the middle of this panel, it would be sticky in places. It wouldn't flow to the edges as much. So quite a good thing to do is spread paint on the panel first. I'm going to put another glove on. And this is my glove trick. Put double glove your hand if you get it on. Sometimes they're a little tricky. And then it's easier to spread the paint around and up to the edges and down the sides. I'm going to put a little bit more paint. I've thinned this down from my last paint, my last acrylic blow pour. I don't know what to call it. I mean, I know one lady calls it a Dutch pour, but that's her expression. It's not the name of it. I guess it doesn't really have a name. Anyway, so I'm going to use the same colors. I've thinned the white paint because I want to see what the difference will be in the results. So there we go. There is my white paint on. Now I can get rid of my dirty glove, and I have two clean hands. I'm going to use Windsor and Newton's Galleria Violet. Give that a shake. I'm going to put some of that in. I'm also going to be putting in some treadmill lubricant, which, excuse me, here it is. I don't have a lot of it left. I'm going to put that in the end, and if I don't have enough of that, I'll spray some WD-40. Then I'm going to use Liquitex Basics Light Blue Violet. Okay. And Liquitex Basics Cobalt Blue Hue. Oh, I'm going to put some white in between the layers. Okay. Liquitex Basics Light, yes, Cobalt Blue Hue. Give that a shake. So this is a real beginner's guide to this technique, and it's such a fun technique. You can just get some amazing results. This is Liquitex Basics, the heavy paint, bronze, and then I threw in some gold from another brand that I can't even remember the name of it. It might have been Golden. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit more of that in this time. I'm not going to put the green in, and hopefully I have some treadmill lubricant left in here. Oh yes, I do, actually, quite a bit. Maybe I'll put a little bit more white, just a touch. Oh, you know what? Might be nice to add. I have a tiny bit of yellow. No idea what it is. I think it's probably Liquitex Basics. I'm just going to put like a teeny tiny bit of this in, just to see what it does. And what I'm going to do is, there are two different techniques. There's a pour, so I could pick this up and pour it on, or a flip cup, and I'm going to do a flip cup. So let me let you see what is inside there, and you can see the side because it's in a clear side. I'm going to give it a little one, that's all I'm going to do, because the yellow and the blue are going to create some green. Then I'm going to take my panel. Oops, one of my cups has fallen. And I'm going to put my cup here and turn it upside down. It's already trying to run away with me. Let it settle for a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it this way and lift it back. So I'm going to push it here and then lift it back. I'm going to wait for a little bit. And all the paint's running down the sides. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous. You can see all these cells appearing. I think what I'm going to do is slowly tip it before I put the torch to it. So the other thing you will need for this is one of these butane torches, and that pops the bubbles. It can create some beautiful lacing, some more cells will appear. The paint from the bottom will jump to the surface. White paint tends to be the heaviest paint and generally sinks to the bottom. So in this piece, I'm going to tilt it really slowly. If you tilt it fast, you get those ugly zigzag lines, which personally I don't like, but some people do. It's personal preference. I'm going to go really, really slowly. So this time, when this dries and I put the resin coat on the top, and you don't have to. If this was on a canvas, I wouldn't put resin on canvas. My experience tends to not be so successful, and I've got plenty of examples if you want to see how those came out. So anyway, I'm going to tilt it this way. Then what you can do is you slowly tilt it back the other way, and you see the cells will get even bigger. So, and then you can just go around the sides. But the paint runs down the sides anyway, so you really don't have to do a lot of touch-up on this. Let me tell you one more thing that I've noticed is if you mix your paint too thin, the cells kind of don't stay as they were when you poured it. Let me put it that way. And turn this round so I can see. Got some bald bits here. And then I'm going to bring you down so you can take a closer look at this. It's so pretty. I'm also going to show you the sides because that's really for the two lovely ladies that I met at Charlotte Airport. And if you're watching, because you said you'd watch my YouTube channel, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you. Okay, so that is a basic dirty flip cup acrylic pour. And now I'm going to torch it. And you'll see, if you can see, let me point out an area. So watch, oh, it's really sunny. Let me move this over. There we go, that's better. Let me point out this area. And you can see the lacing happen. And here, see the other colors popping up? So this is what happens when you torch it. That's Penny in the background again. That's my Schnauzer. She is such a monkey. All right, so there you have your beginner's guide to flip cup acrylic pouring. I'm going to bring you down for a closer look and show you some of the cells. So bringing you down, you can see the lacing and the cells, and you get tiny cells within cells. It's so pretty. I'm going to move up on the bronze. This time came up really nicely, and you can see the lilac cells appearing through the bronze and how pretty that is. Then the subtle yellow, I knew that would look really pretty. And then down the end, it's almost like pansies, flowers. And I could use a straw and blow that and make it more floral. Well, I'm not going to, because the purpose of this video was to show people who didn't know how to do it, how to do it. Now I'm going to show you the edge. So it drips over the edge. Sorry about the shine. And there you have your acrylic dirty flip cup. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.